All right. I want to make sure y'all can see and hear me. If you can see and hear me, let me know you can see and hear me. All right. But I ain't entitled that right, but it's all good. All right, let me go down the list. Shalom, Shalom, son, Shalom, Hanuk. Great job again yesterday with exhortation. Great job. Shalom, Sister Robin and Dixon. Sister Abigail, Shalom. I am Shanice, but you are Shanice. Shalom. Uriah, Shalom. Mariah Stewart, Shalom. I can be your hero. That's amazing. Shalom. Brother Ivan, Shalom and Bokato. Chicago, Shalom. Shana Shade, Shalom. Shadaraya, Israel, Shalom. Ma'ora Yahoo, Shalom, sis. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Yasika, Yah, Shalom. Empress Nia, Shalom. Sharonda, Shalom. Angie Love Yah, Shalom. Brooke Queen, Yisrael, Shalom. Elise Sheba, 70 Line, Shalom. Daryl Slaughter, Shalom. Karatz, Shalom. How you doing? Hope I told to you. Got your message, powerful. I'll talk with you later. Mother Gabira, Ahaba, Shalom. Love you, Ima. Sister Marsha Skinner, Shalom. Sandman, Jay, Shalom. Shanika Turner, Shalom. Elisha, Yashra, Shalom. Mariah, Melina, Shalom. Jalea B, Shalom. Deidre, Strickland, Shalom. Yahuwah's child, Shalom. Sister Pauline, Shalom. Azariahu, Teom, Shalom. Samakya, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Uriah, Shalom, King. Rakam, Shalom, Shalom. Hope you're doing well. Sister Yokebed, Shalom. Moray Sarayahu, Shalom. Forever Grateful, Shalom. Ima Lisa Ket, Shalom. Aharon Yahu, Shalom. Richard Earl, Shalom. Ikmar Yahu, Shalom. Queen Bell, Shalom. Ima Yashar Yahu, Shalom. Abigail Yahu, Shalom. Keep your son in your will of Yahuwah, Shalom. Samantha Moody, Shalom. Tammy Printer. Oh, I'm sorry, Mother Aruka. Apologize about that. Mother Aruka, Shalom. Sister Nyla, Aviyah, Shalom. Hope you keep singing. Ray Kyle, Shalom. Rachel, Shalom. Yah Symphony, Shalom. Donnell Black Shear, Shalom. Zipporah, call me today. Shalom. Wenda Reynolds, Shalom. Oh, Emma Wendell, how you doing? Shalom. Sister Kim, Shalom. Deborah, Shalom. Favor given by Yah, Shalom. Dolly Lewis, Shalom. Brother Yaki, Shalom, King. Talia, Yahoo, Shalom. Diane Neat, Shalom. Queen Bell, Shalom, Queenie. Yohanathan, Shalom, King. Erica, Shalom. The Word Up channel. Okay, then. Shalom. Yahoo, Shalom. Yakob, Tobiyahu, Shalom. Tamar Yahoo, Shalom. Angela Gordon, Shalom. Elder Ephraim, Shalom. Mariam Johnson, Shalom. Amat, Shalom, Shalom, King. I'm going to call you a little bit later on. Ima Araya, Shalom. Nabiya, Shalom. Gabira Chanaya, Shalom. Mother Yanak, Shalom, Shalom to you. Tristan Scott, Shalom. Yeah, Sister Yasina, Shalom. Surrender, surrender, shalom. Leola Mills, shalom. Aaron Ben Yisrael, shalom. Tamara Yashral, shalom. Shemya, shalom. Cialan Marshall, shalom. Servant of Yah, shalom. Sister Talia Harris, shalom. Mont Williams, shalom. Tenora Yahoo, shalom. Hetzabah, shalom. Nama, shalom. Sister Hetzabah, oh, shalom, Sister Mills on Wheel. Elder Yithro, shalom. Shalom Zakim. Teresa Totten. Toten. I think that's Mother China. Yeah, shalom. Jonathan Schultz, shalom. Asherah, shalom. Shrael Yare, shalom. In Cambria, shalom. Nava Semka, shalom. Lorene, shalom. Yaakov, Philip, shalom. Dale, Sister Takaya, shalom. Sheila, shalom. Kim Jean Noel, shalom. Mother Amunah, shalom. Brother Stephen, shalom. Abigail, shalom. Sister Kalita Washington, shalom. Ari, what's up, son? Shalom. Moratushi, shalom. Daughter of Yah, shalom. Bertha, shalom. Somebody. Yo, funny. Shalom. Beautiful Risti. All right. Mashila Woolard, shalom. Matty Yahoo. Shalom. I don't know if that's a little Matt or not. All right. I think we got everybody. Good night. That was a lot of shaloms this morning. Hope everybody doing well. This Boca. Hope all is going well for everybody. Hope all is going well for everybody. Hope everybody can hear me well. Also too. I got it. Y'all son. Shalom, King. Got a little quick message for y'all today. Let me wipe my computer screen off here. Sure, that's a great job. All right. I'm going to read the scripture and then just kind of go into what the Most High put on my spirit. Really got this through my prayer time. So let me read a few scriptures and then we'll go get into it. I should have named this Conforming, but here we go. Second Corinthians 3:18. And it says, we all with unveiled faces behold the glory of you are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes Adonai, who is the Spirit. Romans 12:2, be not conformed to the world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of Yahuwah, what is that good and acceptable will. Romans 8:29, for those who he foreknew, he predestined to be conformed into the image of his Son, in order that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. I'm going to go back to 2 Corinthians 3:18 now. Same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes the Spirit of Yahuwah. Now, so that is letting us know that we are being continuously transformed from one image to another, for one degree to another degree of glory, until you be formed into the full measure of who HaMashiach is. I'm going to say that again. You're being conformed or continuously formed from one degree to another, from glory to glory, from measure to measure, until you form into the full measure of the full image of Yahusha HaMashiach. Those who he foreknew, he predestined to be conformed to the image of his dear son. Now, we hear that and we just think the fullness of Yahusha. But our focus has to turn to what in this season am I becoming or conforming to? Ecclesiastes 3, it says that to everything that's giving, let's go there real quick. I ain't got to try to quote that. We can just go there and read what it says. I want us to get what I'm trying to say this morning. Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the Shamayim. Now what we got to realize is Yahuwah has graced us with time to conform from one degree to the next. Our focus has to be, what am I conforming into, or who do I have to become in this season? Because to everything there's a time, a season to work every purpose. Realize that I'm always becoming. I'm either becoming the image of Yahusha, or I'm becoming a greater image of my flesh, a greater image of destruction. I'm even either coming the conforming to the image of the son of Yahuwah, or I'm conforming into a bastard. And you have life circumstances and situations that's conforming you, that's making you become something. We can have life tragedies and emotional traumas and traumatic things that happen to us to conform us into a image because of what we have been through. And it can be 3 to 6 months after the incident, but the incident has been orchestrated to conform you into an image that you are not recognizing, because you're only looking at the incident of what happened rather than the effects. And the effects of the emotional trauma, the effects of the experience or whatever you have been through, transform you from degree to degree into something. This is why it's important to look over your life to see what you have become. And whatever you have become through your life experiences is what's either going to enhance your awakening process, or it's going to destroy it, or it's going to make it where you have a lot of ups and downs. You have a lot of highs and lows. Why? Because you have become something from one degree to the next. Now, watch this. You are always becoming because of conformity. Some of us being raised in high schools, right? You conformed or became an image that you're not for acceptance. And you learn to live with what you became. Why? Because you wanted acceptance of peers, or you wanted popularity, or you wanted something. So you became a form, an image. From one degree to the next, you became whatever was acceptable by your peers. And this is also what happens even in tribes, that you become other people's experiences because of your trauma. So you're a trauma bond and have conversations, and now both of y'all are becoming bastards because of instructions that you got, because of rebukes that you got. Then you're a rebel, never be a rebel by himself. He has to find somebody to be a rebel too with them so they can speak on things that they don't, that they see or that they feel is not being done right. Then now they both start becoming rebellious or becoming the rejection that they feel from their leaders. And they bond on that. And before you know it, there's seeds that develop in them based off what they feel. So they start becoming the opposite image of division. What are you? Have you ever sat there and thought about what am I becoming? Who am I conforming to? Because we don't like to allow our spirit to be in control of our destiny. I'm going to say that again. We don't like to allow our spirit to be in control of our destiny. What we do, we allow our soulish realm to control what our destiny is. Because the soulish realm only deals with the now, but the spirit realms deal with the eternal. So we are creatures of our presence. We're creatures of our now. That's why we forever live in the present rather than living in eternity. This is why our mind can make us feel, make us make a permanent decision about a temporary problem. Because we live for the now in the soulish realm, because this is how I feel now. This was what was done to me now. This is how I always think that life is going to be. So I make decisions because in my mindset, this is permanence to me because I live in the presence, which is the soulless realm, which is my mental faculties, which is my emotions that I'm driven by, that forms my will, that forms the stronghold. Because we're creatures of present rather than creatures of eternity. Because this is just a vapor, this is just a glimpse. We don't realize what eternal life means and that we have eternal life now. This is why it says, live after the spirit and you won't fulfill the desires of the flesh. The moments, the flesh can only survive because of the present. So who are you becoming because of your emotions, because of your mind that mastered you, because of your will? Who are you becoming? What are you conforming into? You're so blind by your situation that you don't realize it ain't just what happened that I got to deal with. That's not really the major important thing. Because we all done had stuff happen to us. There's nothing new over the sun. Nothing new under the sun. We all done had things happen to us, right? But the situation is, what are the effects of what happened? How did I interpret what happened? What are my conclusions about what happened? And then how did it conform me or transform me? I hope y'all listening. But my goal should be to allow my spirit to control my present and my future, because in my spirit is where Yahuwah meets me, for the spirit of man is the counter of Yahuwah. That's the counter of Yahuwah. The spirit of man. That's the place he meets you in your eternal spirit. He don't meet you in a present thing that can move. And then we'll have an incident and be ready to make decisions based on how we feel because of how the situation made us feel in the present, rather than our eternal conformity of where we got to go. Now, let me show you something. So we got to get out these feelings, man. But let me show you something. The goal is Yahusha. That's the full goal. What aspect of Yahusha do I need to become in this season to survive? For Yahusha said, if you continue in my word, then you are my disciples. Those that are led by the Spirit, those are the led by the Spirit of the Yahuwah, are the sons of the living Yahuwah. So in my present, if I'm in control of what I'm becoming from an eternal perspective, now I can pinpoint the measure of Yahusha that I have to become in this season. What does that mean? Conforming is the key to time. Let's say that again. Conforming is the key to time because time is a gift. It's allow us to conform into our eternal destinies. Time is precious, the one thing that we can't get back. But the greatest thing you can do with the most precious things you have is waste it. The one thing you can't get back, you should be on guard for it so you can complete the fulfillments of what Yahusha has for you in the present. But it's the one thing you can't get, and it's the one thing that we don't value, and the one thing that we waste because we live by that soulish realm that's only for the present. I hope y'all listening to me, man. So if Yahusha is the goal, then what is my aim in him in this season? I press towards the mark of the goal of the high calling. What is my aim in this season that I can pinpoint myself to this degree of measure of who Yahusha is? Do I need to be looking at the discipline of Yahusha, the prayer life of Yahusha, the power of Yahusha, the glory of Yahusha, the love of Yahusha, the patience of Yahusha, the honor of Yahusha, the integrity of Yahusha? What is my aim in this season? Don't just tell me you want to be like Yahusha. What measure? What have you conquered that's like him, that you have conformed your life into him in this measure? And what measure do you have to become next? You're not going to become the whole of Yahusha. It's from, let me read that again. 2 Corinthians 3 and 18. And we all with unveiled faces beholding the glory. So we're not veiled no more. So we can behold his glory and see him in his majesty. But you can't encounter an allure. You can't encounter Abba. You can't encounter an ancient, glorious Ruach and not be transformed. But in the spirit, if we're coming with unveiling faces, beholding the glory, We are being transformed into the same image, not as a whole, but the same image from one degree of glory to another. From one degree to another. So let me make that plain for you. Because remember, conforming is the key to time. It's essential. Now let me show you something. If I'm beholding this glory, right? If I'm beholding this glory, if I'm encountering the majesty of Yahusha with an unveiled face, being transformed, that means my being is changing in each season from degree to degree. If I keep regurgitating, if I keep going back, then I'm not conforming into this degree. I'm conforming into this present of how I feel, into this selfishness that destroys my eternal growth. You got to know I have direct instructions on who I have to become, or what I have to become, what measure of Yahusha I have to become in this season. And I'm fighting to get there. I'm fighting to master that. I'm working on it because there's a weakness in me that can only be fulfilled in this measure of Yahusha. I'm conforming, which is the key of the discernment of this time and this present that I'm living in. I hope I'm making sense, man. Now let me show you this. I want to explain this right. Now, like I said, precious is time. I mean, time is precious. We're eternal first. We supposed to control everything, everything through our spirit. Let me show you something. Let me start here. Every time you meet Yahusha through communion of the Ruach, there's eternal essence that comes from the eternal realm to the present. Every time. That means every time you pray, you're opening up the eternal realm to have something eternal drop in your spirit to sustain your present. For the future things and the past things that you've been through, that you're going through, and that you're gonna face. This is why prayer is so important. This is why you cannot be going through life not praying, because when you don't pray, you live after the soulish realm. And then you make decisions thinking because your feelings got hurt that this is going to be this forever, rather than what your spirit needs, because you're not praying. This is why you can get aggravated quickly. This is why you become more sensitive. This is why you be ready to give up. This is why you think this is going to always be. This is why you can't handle a rebuke. This is why you can't handle reproof. Why? Because you live after your feelings. You live after what your mind mastered you to say, because it's trying to destroy you. The mind is enmity against the Most High, and it's fueled by the flesh. I don't want to get off because I almost got off. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, prayer. So what prayer does, prayer opens up the eternal realm to place deposits in you for your present and for your future. This is why a person of prayer can go through some of the most gut-wrenching things. Why? Because they prepared by prayer. And notice, you don't always feel it. You're not going to feel it. You can't always feel from the eternal realm. Now, when it happens, your body can't handle it all the time. But you're not going to always feel it. But you got to know that this is from the eternal realm. So anytime I pray, it's helping me conform into that image. It's helping me become that measure. It's helping me come from glory to glory. This is why the crown of my head is so important. This is why I have to open up that realm. I have to pray so I can receive from the eternal realm in my present. Right? Now, when you understand, I'm trying to make sure I get this right. When you understand the goal or your why in prayer, it will fuel what you do. When you're understanding what you're doing from the eternal realm, it will fuel what you do and who you are. It's about why, it's about what, and it's about who. Who are you becoming because you're spending this time in the eternal realm? Now, let me show you something. There's visitations that you need in the present of time at different moments in your life that if you don't meet that visitation, you won't have what you need to survive what's coming in your life. Because the only thing that, but if you don't meet at the appointed time that you're supposed to receive from the eternal realm, then you miss the hour of your visitation. Because this on this day is what you needed to get from the eternal realm to change, to conform into that measure. Because the growth comes from Yahusha. Now let me try to make it a little bit more plain. If I'm communing with the Ruach HaKodesh, she'll tell me in each season what and who I have to become. What weaknesses in me that I have to conquer so I become a greater measure. So now I must pay attention to my seasons in life to understand through my weaknesses that he can be made strong through conformity of this measure, this aim, this degree of Yahusha. I know I have to become this. I know I have to become that. This right here keep plaguing me. So I have to become a greater measure of Yahusha in this. Now I'm in control of it through my spirit. So I focus my attention on becoming this area of my life. If I'm emotionally weak, if my if let's just take something off the top. Say if I'm disorganized, then now I know in this season I must become a person of organization. If I know I'm undisciplined and undisciplined in this area, say you're undisciplined in your eating, right? And the Most High has something happen to you for you to wake up. You know what you got to do? I have to take from the eternal realm of discipline and become this or become that when concerning my eating. So I can be Yahusha, the greatest example of discipline himself because he is disciplined. Then I have to become that in this measured time. But I'm not doing that on my own. I'm doing that through the hour of visitation from the eternal realm. Because if I try to do it on my own, I ain't gonna be able to conquer it. But if I meet Yahusha in these prayer and receive from the eternal realm, and then he put me on a Torah in my eating, then what'll happen? The eternal realm will conform me into his eating habits in this season to our conquering. That's in every measure. Now watch this. It's about conforming. Now I want you to look at this. We had talked about this, but I ain't got time to try to go through all of that. All right. When you look at, I want you to imagine a ladder. I'm almost finished. What time is it? I got 15 minutes. I want you to imagine a ladder, right? That's how the Most High showed it to me. And on this ladder, there is, you got to climb it, but there's resting spots where you can stand till you have to climb again. Then there's another resting spot you can stand till you got to climb again. Then another resting spot. Now you yourself, where you are, is at the bottom of the ladder. You ain't start climbing yet, but you see the first resting stop. Now at the top of the ladder is a seat of your dominion. That's the fullness of where you got to go. And your eternal spirit, that's the fullness of you, that's the now, sits at the top. Through Yahusha HaMashiach. It's sitting there. Because everything in eternity is now, is, always. Ain't nothing growing up there. Growth and all that is in the construct of time. Nothing develops up there. It's eternal. It is. It's always. But that's the fullness of you, of what you have to eventually become before you leave here. All right? Now, from that fullness of who you are, through Yahusha, you have the Ruach that goes down, up and down this ladder, and deposit eternal impartation at every rest stop. The eternal impartation is there because when you climb to the rest stop, that means that you have conquered yourself. That means you have conformed into a measure of that image. And then when you get there, you get the eternal impartation that gives you your dominion for that place until you have to climb again. But you have to do the work to climb the ladder to get to that resting place. Now, if you climb in the ladder and begin to focus on your present and begin to get controlled by your spirit, you'll think it's too hard. And you'll stay stuck right here. And your resting spot is just another boom, boom, and you there. But you'll stay stuck. And a lot of times what we do, we'll get stuck right here and we can't move. And then we'll get to the point where we be ready to get up and then we drop the ladder. We start right back at ground zero. Because we never had the fortitude to become what we need to be to get to our eternal impartation resting spot, to get what we need from Yahusha there, to be able to be refueled and keep going. That's what it means to miss your hour of visitation. But it's waiting on you to get there. But if you can't do the prerequisites of prayer, of fasting, a dedication, a purification, that's what each latter step is: prayer, dedication, fasting, discipline, all these type of things, sowing to your spirit. That's how you get to the resting spot. And if you do that, it'll get you there. Conquering your emotions, it'll get you there. And boom, once you get there at your first resting spot, what happens? The eternal realms open up time. The eternal realm opens up time to deposit an eternal impartation in your present. Now you have eternal seeds in you to walk in the present of time and not be controlled by it, not be moved by it. Because I got eternal seeds that has nothing to do with this present.
For you shall eat the labor of your hands. Happy shall you be, and it shall be well with
I
you.
want them seeds, y'all. I gotta have them eternal seeds. That's how I done got to where I'm getting. I'm not finna miss not one resting spot because I'm tired.
Your children
Because it
shall
hurt to
inherit
keep pushing.
the
Because
realm,
my legs is tired of climbing this ladder.
behold,
No, I got a calculated determination to get to this next resting spot so I can get my eternal impartation of seeds that I can conquer time, the present. What time won't have, the present won't have dominion over me
how marvelous are
because
your
I'm getting
works,
there.
how great is you.
I was talking to one of my sons. I was telling him about this,
Unsurpassing in all,
and he brought up, and it made so much sense.
good shall
I hope I'm helping y'all.
Yahweh.
It made so much sense.
Meditate upon your covenants, your
He
commandments,
said it's like driving,
Yahuwah has prepared
and
for
while
you
you're driving,
paths.
there's rest stops.
Keep
Say if
your
you got to
way
drive 23 hours,
over all. Bless
and you
Yahuwah,
got to get to your next rest stop to be able to rest.
and you ministers of his will be
But
blessed.
say while you're driving, you're not doing what's required to make it to the rest stop.
Shalom.
So you don't know where you're going now.
Shalom.
Your GPS didn't cut off. Now you're just wondering. You didn't check your tires for your left. You got to stop. And you didn't make it. And you get out the car and say, I'm done with this car. And you have somebody else come pick you up to take you back home. And the rest stop was 10 miles down the road. So you go back and sit into a place of depression, looking at the car rather than looking at yourself. Because it's not the car fault that you didn't make it to the rest stop. You are in control of the car. You didn't check the oil. You didn't check the gas. You didn't check the tires. You didn't check your spare tire. You didn't check the engine. So you never make it. Or you driving but not paying attention. Just driving. And you done missed the exit. You done missed the exit. Not paying attention, just driving, just in life, going. Don't know where you're going. You ain't paying attention. You done missed 3 eternal rest spots, and you just driving. Don't know where you going. Just driving. You know you're gonna be like a cell phone, right? The power of the cell phone is not what the cell phone can do. The power of the cell phone is the charger. And all the power of what the cell phone can do, if it's not charged up, it's no good for nobody. It could be running on the its last charge and it's just going, but if it ain't got that charger, that battery life gonna die. So some of us go past the mark and get overworked. And before you know it, we're gonna run out of gas. You ever been driving somewhere and got in the country? You ain't paying attention to the gas hand, you just driving, and that the next you look on the GPS and the next gas station is 30 miles and you under E. Miss your eternal rest. I tell you, I did that the other day. I was leaving Columbia. But I done left Columbia, drive to and from Columbia plenty times. It's nothing. I know my essence. I know when I'm going east. I know when I'm going west. I know when I'm going north. I know when I'm going south. But I was driving and I just stopped paying attention. I was just I was talking to the person. I was talking to my wife, and we just talking. And we just going in, just talking. I was not. I don't know what my mind did. My wife told me I was just captivated by her. I probably was. I probably was captivated by her voice and us talking. She blew my mind. And I'm riding, y'all. And the missed all my exits to Augusta, not paying attention. And in my mind, when I start seeing some of the exits, in my mind, it made me think I was coming back from Atlanta. So I was looking for the exits that is driving back from Atlanta. And then realize I started saying Thompson and I started saying Warrington. When I looked at Warrington, I was like, okay. The Warrington had me think I was going back. And then y'all, the next exit I seen was Crawfordville. That means I drove 60 miles away from Augusta, y'all. Not paying attention. And had to turn around. Some of us do that. Had to turn around and go all the way back. And sometimes we'll do that. We'll go 50 to 60 miles out the way because we're doing what we think we want to do because of our soulish realm, because we want to be seen, heard, loved. And we'll go 60 to 70 miles out the way thinking we fulfilling his will, but really we're fulfilling the tragedy of our hurt and missed every rest stop for the eternal seed and fueled by our flesh. Then you go that far just to have to turn all the way back around to get back to your resting spot to go get that visitation. Or, you know, when you a little kid and you're riding, I got 2 minutes, and you're riding and you look, I don't know if younger people do this, but I know we did that. We'd be like, that's my car right there. That's my car. And there's always a more beautiful car than what you think or what you have. But some of us will follow a person based off the prestige of what they getting. And we will miss all our exits following them to their exit. Not realize that their resting stop is not for you. But you got off with them because you want to be seen with them, because you want to be liked like them, because you envy them, because you're jealous of them, or whatever it is. So you go to their resting spot looking for your eternal seeds. Then when you're not getting filled, then you start attacking that person. talking against the being jealous, being envious of that person, trying to cut that person off when you the one got off on the wrong exit following them. But what's happening? You're not getting filled. You're not getting refueled because their eternal seeds wasn't yours. So now you got to turn all the way back around to start from point A to go back and fulfill your conforming, your becoming. Right? So I hope that is enough. Conformity is the key to time. Whatever you becoming is the key to time. Measure by measure, degree by degree. Look at Yahusha. Look at, behold him in his word and see what aspect in this moment of time do I have to become? Do I have to grow? That I got to develop? That I got to work on? And ask myself, who and what am I becoming? What part of Yahusha am I conforming to? What am I birthing out of myself? What am I producing? And always remember, it's not necessarily about. I heard this statement that is so powerful. It's not important. It ain't just the results that are important because we know what we want or what we want to become or what we want to do better in. The most important aspect is the action steps. Don't focus on the results, focus on the action steps that produces the results and become the action steps that can only produce the desired aim or goal. What did Yahusha tell me I have to do to produce this? What did the Yahusha tell me that I have to put in place to produce this, to birth this, to become this? I'm not just beholding Yahusha, but I'm looking at Yahusha's action steps that he became who he is. So I can become who he is in this season through getting to my eternal places to get the eternal seeds so I can finally fully climb the ladder to become my eternal self in him. All right, so I know that was a lot. I know that was a lot. I know that's what Yahusha gave me. Um, I'm looking at my phone because I was writing a lot of this down in prayer when he was giving this to me. Oh, I want to ask this question. This is a good little part in it. It says, are you conforming and becoming at your appointed eternal time in time to qualify for power? Yes, sir. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say it slow. Are you conforming and becoming at your appointed eternal time in time to qualify for power? Let's conform. Let's become at our eternal time, at our appointed time in time to qualify for the power that Yahuwah wanted to give us. All right. Well, that's all. That's what I had for y'all today. Hope this was enough to develop you, to grow you, to push you into your expected and what you're expected and your desired in. Um, we're gonna bid you y'all speed for the rest of the day. Hope we gave you some seeds for eternal growth. Maybe for some eternal seeds for your growth. We love y'all. Love y'all. See you soon. And again, always become. Always become. Gonna bid you shalom.